Good morning. The day has arrived when the Subaru is going to be reborn, and I've just set myself up for the day. So this is a Tobias day and a Subaru day. This might not take that long. It might take all day and tomorrow. I don't know. I can't remember how any of this goes back together. As you do, you take it all apart and then you've forgotten how to put it all back together. It's all new, so it should be easy. I've got a tub of copper grease, so it should just be bolt on, put copper grease, bolt on again, more copper grease, bolty, 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 wheels on, engine start, back to workshop, on the car lift, finish it, basically. I've got everything here apart from the rear calipers, and the shoes. So the plan is to get it back on the ground, everything together, discs on, but no, the original calipers on, but no shoes or handbrake cable. So the rear brakes will work, but they won't be handbraking, basically. So I'm gonna do that on the lift. I've also got an STI shifter linkage, which I got from Roger Clark. I'm hoping that will get rid of any slop in the gear stick. It's not bad, but I'm sure it could be tighter if it's brand new. I've also got STI Group N engine mounts, a pitch mount for the gearbox and the lower gearbox mount. So those are gonna go in. I've got front, inner and outer track rod ends to go on as well. And I also have front and rear strut braces that have been powder coated that are just sitting in the workshop currently. So I'm gonna kind of get it rolling again, get it on the lift, check everything over, try and get a bit of an eye alignment on it. So I'm gonna use the old arms to adjust the white line arms to try and get them vaguely where they should be. I've got a laser alignment booked with a guy called Sean at Queen's Park Garage. If you're in the know, he's very, very good. They're based in Boscombe, Bournemouth area. He knows his shit, basically. He's aligned my cars for probably the last 10, 15 years. It's always him, and he's always done it spot on. Great guy. Really, really nice workshop as well, by the way. The owner of that place is as OCD as me, so it's really presentable. All the guys that work there seem to enjoy working there, so shout out to them. Right, so I'm going to show you the bits again that I've brought here. This is kind of where we are at the moment. So we've got assembled rear hubs, all assembled with bearings, bushing, the actual hub on the front. We've got the white line lower arms, STI trailing arms. So genuine STI, hence they're pink. The Diff support, we've got the lower subframe, we've got the Diff outrigger cradle, all of the kind of associated brackets with that. We've got a full rear bolt kit, so I don't know how full that is. It should hopefully be everything. I haven't brought the old bolts with me, so it's very likely I'm gonna have to leave and come back or call for help to get them. Probably should have brought those. These are Blueprint discs, so Febby, Bilstein or Blueprint, same company. They're already pre-painted, which is nice, so they won't rust that quickly. All the edges are done as well, which I normally would do if they weren't done. Any good brand does this, to be honest now. And then we've got the R160 LSD that's in theory been rebuilt, new seals. You can see it's all kind of been jigged about, but it does concern me slightly that looks more like gold paint than a zinc plated bolt. That looks more like gold paint to me. So these have been zinced. That is definitely gold paint. So let's hope they have actually opened this up and haven't just chucked some gold paint on old bolts. You can see they've painted it with black paint and probably not cleaned all the rust off. So this is all going to go rusty at some point, but hopefully it will last for a while and we can whip it back out again and give it a proper go over and get the housing actually powder coated and disassemble it. It has no oil in it, note that. This is also the kind of protection for the prop where it goes into the diff, so if it obviously flew out, it won't kill you. So that will be going on. So everything's brand new. It should look lovely. I'm going to set a camera up and intermittently probably show you what I've done. So, I've made a mistake. I forgot to order, you can't see me, I forgot to order the bolt kit for the diff and the outrigger, so I've just ordered that, so that should be here tomorrow. I mean, the aim of the game today is, to be honest, to get it back on the car lift anyway, so I'll just use the old bolts and get it on the lift and leave it there until they arrive with Royal Mail tomorrow. I'll just show you where we're at currently. We've got the diff outrigger, bracket, subframe, whatever you want to call it, in, and we've got the lower subframe in. So I'm gonna just keep bolting stuff up and I'll give you an update in a minute. like I've been in the cave of hell, the Subaru Hell Cave. Nothing's gone back together the way it's meant to, because it's been powder coated, or they're poly bushings, so they're a couple of millimeters wider than the original bushings, or some whatever reason. None of the bolts are numbered the way that they are on the diagram on ICP's website, so you've got to just guess and look at the old bolts. So I've sussed it all out, but it's definitely taken longer because, you know, I thought I'd be looking at a diagram going, right, this number's what I put here, this number's what I put there, but the diagram is so illegible to begin with, and then the numbers don't correlate. It's made it pretty unpleasant. So I'm basically done. I've just got to put the last caliper on temporarily to get it back, and then I'll be getting it on the car lift and tightening everything up properly, and I've got other parts to fit. So this will be part one today, and this will all be one thing for you, but for me it's part one today, which is the worst bit, and then tomorrow morning we'll be up early fitting some nice new engine mounts and stuff that should just go straight on, probably won't, and then laser alignment on Friday, and then simply Jap on Sunday. I'm very concerned about the differential and whether or not they have refurbished it. As I said earlier in the video, the bolts, some of them look zinc plated, some of them look like they've just been painted gold with some naff paint. So, and then when I've been turning the drive shafts to fit things and, you know, just generally just moving it about, there's a slightly concerning noise coming from the front of the diff. So I'm hoping that is just limited slip diff noises and not something broken inside of it that they've lied about and sold it as a refurbished diff and painted it. Because if they have, I'll be getting my money back, I can assure you. So yeah, I'm going to finish the last bit. I'll probably put a time lapse on in a minute when I get it off the jacks and put it back on its wheels again. So, right, this is day 2. I've already done some bits, as you will have seen. So we've now got some Group N engine mounts. That was a fun game getting those in, had to lift the engine up, but yeah, I got them in the end. It's just very difficult to get to the bolts on the other side of anything. You probably can't even see, but they're tucked right up in there and it's misery, but they're in. I've also put in a Group N gearbox mount. So this has got more rubber in it, first of all, and obviously it's brand new, so it's not 20 years old. The one that came out is definitely 20 years old, and there's far less kind of rubber support in it, which is the difference between a Group N and the standard one. And then we've also got, which I've actually taken out temporarily, this is the old pitch mount. You can see it's twisted where it lives, which means it is not really doing very much. Because when it's bolted in, there is tension on this rubber. So if that is now twisting, it means when the gearbox rocks, it is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. There is up in the engine bay up there is one hiding in there. So that's been done as well. And now what I'm doing is I'm about to lower the car to put in this STI OEM short shifter linkage. So this is, you know, Subaru's equivalent of a short shifter basically. So I'm gonna take the old one out. Good morning, good morning. It is 6 o'clock. I am getting the car ready to come off the lift, so I thought I'd just give you a quick look at the underside of it before I do that, so you can see what it's all looking like, all shiny and new. You can see it looks wonderful, wonderful. Look at all those nice new bolts and powder coating. The hubs look fantastic, really happy that I went to this extent. So I'm going to spray this all in like a Lano guard, whatever you want to call it, kind of protection once I'm fully happy everything's done, and then just leave it until spring of next year and check how much rust has built up. I'm hoping it will protect it for most of the winter, because I will drive this car through the winter, whereas the Honda does not get driven through the winter because it's just going to disintegrate. Polished the exhaust yesterday, which was fun. It had some weird black marks all over it. You can kind of see them there. I don't know what that is. Must be like rubber and, I don't know, just road grime speckled all over there as well. But yeah, I polished it as best I can with one hand with an orbital. So yeah, very happy. That looks much more presentable now. I'm going to lower it down in a minute. I've got to reconnect these new ABS sensors and tighten these bolts up, because I've just noticed they are completely loose. So do that, and so new ABS sensors. It's currently not got a handbrake because the handbrake cables I ordered are wrong. So I'm basically just going to be putting it in gear and remembering I've got no handbrake for the next couple of days before simply jack. Overall, very happy with it. The front needs doing. I'm going to have to do that next year when I can justify having it on the lift, because it's not in bad condition. It's just surface rust. Wherever there is any rust, all the subframes and stuff can be powder coated. And I think once I've done that, I think I'd then probably towards the end of the summer, it might be that I drop both of the subframes, get it all powder coated and reassemble it. So if I had like a week where I could take it apart and then just wire wheel the underside of the car for like, you know, 3 or 4 days, and then raptor it and then put it all back together in a couple of days, that would be the plan. So yeah, it's getting there. Now I'm going to take the car off the lift. Well, I'm going to lower it down, take it off the lift. I've just got to connect the ABS sensors before I move it and start the engine, so I'm going to do that quickly. So finally, the little Subaru is complete and looks the business. I am over the moon with how well the car has cleaned up, because from memory it did look pretty good after I painted it, but after 4 months of sitting on axle stands it looked pretty sorry for itself. But it looks mean. I'm very, very happy with it. We were kindly given a discount by Team Dynamics for a set of their Pro Race LTs in 18" by 8 ET35. I've got to do a slight roll on the rear fenders because, well, they are catching a little bit here and it's going to ruin my paint, so I'm going to heat that up and I'm going to attempt to give it a slight little roll because it only seems to be catching there a tiny bit. So we're just going to give it a tickle. So all the rear calipers and everything here is all new. There's not one old bolt. The whole thing has been powder coated, the knuckle itself. I mean, the only thing that's not been given the attention it deserves is the BC coilovers, but overall I'm extremely happy with the end result. It looks exactly how I would want a Hawkeye to look. The only downside is it being black, because it just looks filthy within a week. So it's going to be one of those things where I've got to just be on it. It's had ceramic spray on it, which is probably not as good as an actual ceramic coating, but yeah, very happy. So now that escapade is over, I will be doing, actually went to Simply Jap yesterday, so I filmed this as a round off because I wasn't happy with the one I did yesterday. So it was just, there was too much music playing in the background. YouTube probably would have flagged it as a copyright. So yeah, the Simply Jap video will be, you know, obviously just all the cool cars that we saw there. So I'll do a video of that next week. If you're interested, they've obviously done their own one. I think it's called Only Tim, the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope the video made sense because I took hours and hours and hours. I think I've got 250 gigs worth of footage that I've kind of had to cut down into something digestible. So yeah, I'm getting better at what I'm doing. Hopefully you think it's really difficult to do weekly videos when working 80 to 90 hours a week, just running my actual business. So I hope that comes across. I'm obviously very tired, so there we are. Thank you for all the new subscribers as well. The channel seems to be growing. We're over 4,000 subscribers now, so please like and subscribe. It seems to be working and happening, and what we're doing is obviously worth watching for a bit, hopefully. And yeah, I'll catch you next week for Simply Japanese in Bewley. See you next time.